Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
But
you're.
yeah,
I can't hear you. So.
you can't hear me.
Oh, there you go. So I don't know what's going on
Okay,
with that. That's the second
okay,
time it did
okay,
that. So
okay. But actually, like I was saying, we do have a Metalheads Unite Twitter. I did create one, so just something for down the line. So
uh, oh, was it muted the whole time or something?
no, it wasn't muted.
Was that?
I mean,
Oh,
I tr- I
it
tr-
said the host
I tried
unmuted on mic. So
I tried something for a split second on my end. I just wanted to hear something real quick, but no, we're
gotcha.
good. Yeah, no, it was like a split
Okay,
second.
very cool. Hey, you're black and white on mine. That's crazy.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
Oh, that's weird. Monochrome.
I don't know why. Yeah, trying to fuck. What the hell's going on? Hold on. Let's see what the fuck is going on with this shit. I was trying to get it where you're in the because you're still showing up on the side and not actually in the picture that I'm looking at. So maybe that's
Oh,
not the way it works. I don't know. Oh, that's
is
weird. Hmm.
is it something with the is it something with like the camera setup, kind of like the deal we had going on with
Yeah,
StreamYard, where
yeah,
we can do like different
could.
layouts, like we do that, we can do that, we can do
Yeah,
that,
yeah, it's got the
we can
different
do
layouts here,
that.
but
Oh, okay, all right. Well, hell,
it's still not popping you up here. I don't like that.
might as well do the stream,
That's weird.
might as well do the StreamYard layout like this, considering that we don't have any background worth of shit. Because look at this thing, right? If I go to this layout right here, there's no background. If I want to put up our old background, we have to upgrade StreamYard. So ridiculous. I mean, it's
We have to
free.
do what?
We have to upgrade StreamYard if I want to put like our background in the back here. The only free one that's
Oh no
allowed is this.
shit.
Yeah, the only free one allowed is this piece of shit black one. Same thing with that
Oh my
little.
god. That's
Same thing
fucking
with that.
ridiculous.
Same thing with that. Same thing with that little icon in the upper right hand corner of the screen. That's the only one I. That's the only one I can use unless I upgrade.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Well, I guess that's
we
something we'll
may.
have to look to at some
Yeah,
point.
we'll have to look into that somewhere down the line.
Oh wow, that's
But while
crazy.
we're at, but you know, while we're at it,
I'm just, I don't know, figure what the fuck.
yeah. Well, while we're at it, we want to welcome everybody into.
There we go.
Oh, am I up?
Now
Up
you're
for me?
echoing. You
Hey.
were. Yeah, I didn't have you in the side by side. That's why.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, see, it's a little bit of an
Okay,
echo, but it's not so off putting. We're both
right.
yeah.
It's
So
not. It's not lagging, so it's not like.
right, that's the more important thing is it's not lagging.
Uh,
But yep,
so
here we
anyway,
are.
welcome to
Yep,
the
here we
the
are.
new day and time. Metalheads Unite. We are trying new things, so bear with us.
Yeah,
Uh,
we are free agents. We are free agents now. We've kind of struck out on our own a little bit, and we decided to move to a new day and time.
yeah.
We decided to move to decided to move to Friday nights at 10 p.m. instead of Saturdays at 10 a.m. Kind of see if it works a little bit better. I'm sure it'll work a little bit better for our friends across the pond over there in Europe because it's Saturday morning instead of smack dab in the middle of the afternoon in Europe now. So hopefully it'll
Mm-hmm.
work out for them. And then we've been discussing it for a few weeks, and Jason and I, we both kind of are of the opinion that we're both kind of night owls anyway, so this kind of will work a little bit better, and now we don't have to worry about getting up too early on Saturdays. Maybe it'll help us get a little bit more sleep and everything. So we're gonna see how this goes. So want to welcome everybody in. So
Yeah, cool. Uh, if anybody anybody's listening and can hear an echo, let us know so
please do.
we can try
We're
to
we're trying.
figure
We
it out.
are
So
we are trying out a couple of new things. We are broadcasting live on our YouTube channel right now, and also on Twitter and so.
yeah, and Facebook.
Oh, and Facebook. Yeah, I forgot about
So
Facebook. Sorry, all of our
yeah,
Facebook, all of our Facebook friends like normal.
yeah. I actually need to make sure that I don't know if you looked on there or not, but I want to make sure it was showing up. So
Oh, I can do that right now. Hang
yeah, I guess I should have just looked on my phone, but
on.
I already had Facebook up, so I was like, whatever.
Oh, see, there you go. All right,
God, I created it 4 times for some reason. Like, what the fuck?
that is weird.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that because I was the only one going. You took care of the YouTube side, and I was doing the rest of it. So I'm not sure what happened there. But okay, whatever. Whatever. It is what it is. So yeah, anyway, we will. Anyway, we'll carry on. Like I said, if there's issues with it, we need to sort it out now before we
Mhm.
start bringing bands back on here. So
Yeah,
uh,
absolutely. Yeah, we absolutely
yeah, we
do. So
don't want all that hassle if we got. I mean the worst case scenario we could actually do StreamYard and YouTube and then upload it to everything else. I mean always an option. So
that's true too. So, but yeah, we'll play it by ear and we'll see how it goes.
as long as everybody
Yeah.
else is not hearing a lag then or a echo, then I'm good with what we're doing. Like, if it's in my ear, I'm okay. It doesn't bother me much, but I just don't want it to be
Right. Like I
echoing out
say,
there for everybody else.
right. Like I say, I'm less concerned about a little bit of an echo than I am lag, and I can see that neither one of us is lagging on either end. So I'm okay with that. So
Actually, I need to look at the story real quick because I just got a notification about something else, and I wanted to make sure that it was not the same venue. Real quick, sorry, it just came up, and I was just like, "Oh shit!" Let me update that as well. Let's see. That was in where was this at? Yeah, that was it. Okay, okay, cool. So that's the
okay,
same one. But there are pictures and stuff here. I'll share with that story that we just talked about a minute ago with Dana. So
okay, yeah, all right.
yeah, there's some pictures on here. That's man, it's a tough break for for those guys. But anyway, nonetheless, uh, we we are. It's kind of funny because I'm on your right screen on StreamYard and on the left screen on Restream. So because I guess I'm admin on this one and not that one, so it's uh it's funny. Anyway, all right. I'll show you to screenshot that real quick. Mm, okay, it is not showing live on the. Dang, what the hell? What the fuck? Oh, because I see what it did. Yeah, all right, whatever. I'll just share it later. Actually, I can share it in here. I'll just share it in here now. So, fuck, man, that's bullshit. Um, let's see. Hmm. Well, it ain't ever gonna fucking show up there. I don't think so. There we go. All right. This is fucking a little bit annoying. All right. Picture and then it went away. Like, what the fuck?
What went away? Oh,
The group, and then it just went away. Like, and it started like refreshing again. Like, what the fuck? What kind of ain't hit nothing?
that is that is weird.
Jesus Christ. A catastrophe. Jesus. We actually went live, and I didn't. Like I said, I was like, the printer was acting stupid, so I was in there trying to like fuck with that, um, and then I got that situated, and I don't remember. I was fixing my drinks and stuff and getting ready to come in here. Then you messaged me. I was like, "Fuck, it's 10:15. It's like 9:59." So I was like, "What the fuck?" Uh, can you hear me over there? Everything good?
Oh yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Like I say, I
No.
still got a little bit of echo, but other than that, yeah, I can hear you fine. Oh yeah, it's good.
Okay.
I'm a little concerned about my connectivity issues on my end, but little concerned about my Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah. Well.
But other than that, yeah, I can hear I'm issues with that. So
Okay. All right. Cool. All right, cool. I mean. All right. Well, let's see. That's what I needed to do. Okay. I don't know if I think I shared the wrong damn thing in there. Can we share the StreamYard link in there? Like, is there a copy and paste for the StreamYard link? Or
say that one more time.
is there like a share button for the StreamYard link to share in
Oh
the group?
oh
Or
oh, hang on a second. Let me. Uh,
because for some reason it didn't go live in the group. I don't know why.
well, it didn't go live. The StreamYard didn't go live in the group because, like I say, I can only stream to one destination. So I had it going to the group, and then I had to change it. Then I changed it over to YouTube. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
Okay.
so that's
Well, like I
why
said,
that
we'll just put it on there later. Then that's fine.
and
Like I said, this is a
there
live and
isn't
learn
a
process.
way.
So, well,
It kind of is, yeah. So
yeah. All right, cool. So we kind of know what we can and can't do now. So,
right.
uh, shit. All right. Anyway,
Yeah, we
moving
on
on.
the fly. So
You know, well, we're on live on those two things, so I guess that's
mhm.
it is what it is. It is what it is. So we will roll with that, and we will upload to the platforms that didn't get shared to. So,
Yep.
all right. So I guess we can start this thing off like always, with a few birthdays here.
Hell yeah.
Actually, there is very few birthdays this week, so uh, real short list. So March
Okay.
26th through the 31st. Of course, I mean there was an extra day in there too, so there's a less day. Sorry, from last week's stream to
Oh,
this week's stream. There was
that
only 6 days anyway, so but
right.
it's cool because it kind of ends in March, so it starts over in April, so that works. uh, anyway, March 26th, we had Steven Tyler, a vocalist for Aerosmith, James Iha, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but a guitar songwriter for A Perfect Circle. And this one I'm going to probably kill too. And actually, this is crazy. His birthday was early day, and then we got news on the band in a little bit. So, Trey Azagthoth, guitarist for Morbid Angel. March 27th, Johnny April, bassist for Stain. March 30th, we had Marco Faddis, drummer for Pestilence. March 31st, we had Eric Turner, guitarist for Warrant. Toshia, bassist for Duran Gray, and Angus Young, guitarist for AC/DC. So that was the short list of birthdays, believe it or not. That's probably the shortest list I've ever read. So
I'm pretty sure it is by quite a bit, actually.
So yeah, it was even so small that I actually went back to one of my old sites that I got that stuff from before, and from the where I got the history from, and try to make sure there wasn't any extra birthdays in there, but it wasn't. So I was kind of I was like, well, damn. All right, Dan. So
well then you
nobody
definitely
got busy in 10 months, 9 months from March. So
right, yeah.
uh,
Well, you definitely checked all the bases if you went back to an old site and an old list. So
yeah, I was like, it was just kind of, and then I didn't see any of the bands we follow post anything this week. So I was like, oh,
mm-hmm.
okay, well, we'll just roll with what we got. That's all we can do. So
Yep. I guess it do
so
be
this
like that
weekend.
sometimes.
Yeah, that's what Iceman King Parsons said. Mama says it bees that way sometimes. So, so that's a little wrestling thing for WrestleMania weekend there. So
There you go.
yeah, so and just to let you guys know that we are working on. I know we've talked about this. If everybody's been following us on StreamYard for the last couple of years, we've been talking about doing a radio program as well throughout the week, and actually got that landed. So we're just trying to wait and get the schedule going and get some content on there. So if nothing else, we can do the same playlist from Spotify over to there. So
Mm-hmm.
we that way people can actually listen to it on the radio and not have to log in their Spotify if they don't want to. So
Right. Well, the cool thing is, I mean, even
it's open.
what we can do at first is, I mean, we've put together so many playlists as far as you doing the weekly ones, and then you and I together just doing the weekly, doing the theme of the week. I mean, we've got so many playlists we can choose from just off the bat if we wanted to do that. So,
Yeah, there's some barriers with trying to upload music to this thing, and I'm trying to work that out with one of the other ladies there that works with Truly. So
okay, all right,
I haven't talked to her yet, so I'm supposed to talk to her this weekend. So hopefully she can give me some insight on how to upload and or drag and copy and drag. I think the thing is like you can't do it from every music site, so I think you have to pick and choose what music site you're going to do it from. So, which I mean, I have
oh,
3 platforms of music, so I mean, it's not like I can't get
right,
it. So I mean, I do Amazon, Pandora, Spotify, and we got YouTube as well. So I got a YouTube account for the music side because I don't know if you know, music YouTube does a music side as well as video side. So they have a radio and a video side. So which is interesting.
nice.
I didn't think about that. We could actually probably convert our videos from YouTube into the radio. So uh,
Oh yeah,
I didn't think about
probably,
doing that, but
probably.
yeah, like I said, I mean, this is all new to us because we kind of like, you know, I don't want to say there was like anything, there was some stuff that went on that with the old platform that we weren't. I don't know. I felt like we weren't getting the responses in a timely manner, and we weren't
Mm-hmm.
getting any responses as far as that goes. So, so I mean, it's it is what it is. I mean, I don't, I'm not going to talk bad about them because I don't know what actually the deal is there. So I know they're working hard about getting their stuff expanded too. So good luck to them as well. So I just
Yeah,
kind of felt like it was time for us to cut loose and do our own thing. So, uh, but 2 years with VOP, and we appreciate them giving us the platform for that length of time. So
absolutely.
um, here we got a little more here doing what we're doing now. We got a little more control over the show ourselves, and we can actually you know see everything that we're doing. So that's the main thing. Like it's kind of hard to see the success or what you need to improve on if you're not seeing you know not seeing numbers or not seeing comments or negative I mean we weren't seeing comments for like the last month either on their StreamYard for some reason, so I don't know what was up with that. So uh, so yeah, I don't know. And then like the website was supposed to be functioning, but it wasn't functioning for us for some reason. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, enough about that. We're
Yeah.
we're here. We're still doing our thing. We're not going to let that discourage us from pushing forward. That's what we're going to do. So
Oh, absolutely
I
not.
guess
Yeah.
we kick into some metal news of the week.
Yeah, go ahead and lead
So we can
off
kick
with
in
that.
some news of the week here. So
Yeah, go ahead and lead off with that story that Dana pointed us to.
okay, yeah, I actually already had it before he said anything. I actually seen it when I was looking for some last minute stuff, and like when I looked at it, it said it happened 26 minutes ago, and I was like, oh shit. So
Right.
there's an original story, and then there was like an update too. So there's like an original story that was probably an hour before, and then the update kind of happened afterwards. So I'll tell the original story first. This was over from Metal Injection. A structure collapse was reported at the Apollo Theater in Belvedere, Illinois tonight during a show featuring Morbid Angel, Revocation, Crypta, and Skeletal Remains. The incident included an awning, partial roof, and partial floor collapse. According to CBS, the Chicago Fire Department reported that 20 ambulances were requested to arrive at the scene. WTVO further reports that the number of injuries were unknown at this time. The collapse of the structure was due to severe storms in the area with up to 90-mile-an-hour winds. CBS further reports that trees also came down on cars near the venue in the area. We do wish everyone involved in the incident all the best and hope nobody was seriously injured. And then the update says Morbid Angel has issued the following statement saying the show was canceled due to a tornado in the area. Tonight's show is canceled due to a tornado that hit the venue. We ask anyone who is still um, report and that everyone at the show tonight is safe. So right now our focus is on making sure everyone in the venue tonight is okay and gets home. So that was the update. So yeah, hopefully everybody there, nobody got injured. So
Yeah.
let's
Yeah,
see,
let's
I
hope,
had
let's
a
definitely hope
picture
not.
here too of. So see if I can. I don't want to. So this is. I don't know if you can see that there. That was one of the support bands tour bus.
Holy shit.
So yeah, so that's going to be hard on those guys too because I mean they're a support band, so um,
Yeah.
they kind of you know as you can tell it's not a big fancy RV. So I mean obviously they're doing the best they can with what funds they have going from show to show. So uh,
Right.
hopefully that had insurance on it, but we don't know all the I guess story with that yet. So once we find out, if we find out anything else, we'll surely share it. So
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We'll definitely keep our ears open for like any GoFundMe's or something, anything
and
like that that comes out of that.
yeah, yeah, that's kind of like what we're going to be dealing with here the next couple of hours is that same storm. So hopefully, we here in Nashville area doesn't kind of calms down before it gets this far over. Hopefully, but you know we don't
Yeah,
know. It may get worse. So
I've actually I've actually got the radar pulled up in front of me right now, and it's not a solid line. And let's see, storm. There's a storm out around Hohenwald right now. Hopefully, it'll go like above us. It looks like
Yeah.
it might go. It looks like it might go above us, so we may miss out on that one. But there are a few cells back around like
Hmm.
Memphis, so who knows? We may be
Yeah.
done with the show
I think there was.
by the time that comes through.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there was like one when I was looking at it earlier. It was like around 1 o'clock. There was a pretty straight line, you know, straight line storm coming through the Tennessee area then. So, like I said, hopefully that breaks up a little bit before it gets here. But
Yeah, yeah. Let's hope so.
yeah, well, I guess it's a good thing that we're doing the show now and not 8 o'clock in the morning. So,
Mm-hmm.
because I'd
Yeah.
probably just be awake the whole fucking time.
Right.
And
Ah,
I am drinking root beer. I'm not drinking beer. So just so everybody
look out.
doesn't
Okay.
think I'm drinking on a job here. So uh, yeah, if not, you can report me to the manager. Oh wait,
Yeah.
that is me.
Yeah. I was about, yeah. I don't think there are any OSHA regulations on podcasts, so I think you're okay.
Yeah, well, no, because our good friend Aaron Camaro over at Decibel Geek, he throws them down during their show. So
Right. Yeah.
he, he's he's like, man, I gotta go pee again. I'm like, well, hell, you done drunk like a 6 pack, I guess so. But he's so funny, man. I love Aaron to death, dude. He's crazy.
Yeah. He's a good dude. I'm gonna be starting off this week over at blabbermouth.net, and thankfully we don't have any passings to report, but this one got close. Former Iron Maiden singer Blaze Bayley will undergo a triple or possibly quadruple bypass surgery following his recent heart attack. A heart bypass surgery or coronary artery bypass graft (CABG) is used to improve blood flow to the heart. A surgeon uses blood vessels taken from another area of the body to bypass the damaged arteries. The term triple bypass refers to the number of coronary arteries bypassed in the procedure. In other words, a triple bypass means 3 coronary arteries are bypassed. Blaze suffered a heart attack at his home on Sunday, March 25th, and was rushed to the hospital. As a result of the health setback, the singer's shows for March and April have been postponed. Earlier on Wednesday, March 29th, Mark Appleton and Christopher Appleton, who handle the management and concert bookings for the solo band, released the following statement via social media. Quote, and first delighted to say we found him in excellent spirits sitting up in bed. We, of course, had an update on his condition, but also a really good chat and a laugh as normal. Blaze has certainly not lost his strength and sense of humor. Moving on from that, he does require surgery, and within the next few days, as soon as hospital capacity allows, he will be undergoing a triple, possibly quadruple heart bypass. This is obviously not a small matter, and we expect that his recovery period will be many months. We will announce the impact on the tour diary once we've discussed with the relevant venues and promoters. Nevertheless, Blaze is looking ahead with optimism for a full recovery with good health and fitness and the full benefit of the surgery and treatment. On behalf of Blaze and all of us in the team, we thank you so much for all the messages of love and support. It really has been incredible, and Blaze is both energized and emotional in response. As most of you will understand, Blaze is a completely independent artist. Postponement of the current tour and future dates is a particularly big blow. For those of you that would like to help us get through this period, we ask you to please buy merch from our web shop, probably items that you would have bought at one of the shows. Support in that way would be appreciated in Blaze and ourselves as the management team. Meantime, we have Blaze's blessing to work on Absolvo recordings and tour schedule, as of course they are also hugely impacted by the current situation. We will keep you updated with developments and as and when they happen. End quote. The 59-year-old Bayley fronted Iron Man from 1994 until 99. The two Maiden albums he appeared on the X Factor and Virtual 11 sold considerably less than the band's prior releases and were their lowest charting titles in the group's home since 1981's Killers. Since leaving Iron Maiden in 99, Blaze has released a number of albums, including several under the moniker Blaze and more than a handful under his own name. He also appeared on 2012's Wolfsbane Saves the World, the first album of new material by Wolfsbane since the group's self-titled 1994 effort and follow-up LP 2022's Genius. Blaze Blaze's latest studio album, War Within Me, came out in April 2021, which I listened to and enjoyed very much. The LP was recorded during 2020 with work split between Blaze's studio at home in the West Mid, Christopher Appleton's studio in Greater Manchester. Earlier this month, Blaze told Metal Planet Music Spiller about some fans' initial reluctance to embrace his era of Maiden. Quote, I think that the girlfriend or partner analogy is best. It's when your girlfriend or boyfriend someone and they are more interesting and better looking, it doesn't feel good. And you lose your favorite singer from your favorite band, and I think that's awkward as well. There's a certain percentage of fans from that era. I'm their first Maiden singer, and I always will be, and they'll always have that affection for me. But there's another group of fans who go, my favorite singer left my favorite band. I don't want to look at the replacement. And what is good is that after so many years and the Sunjutsu album coming, people have gone back and they've looked at the Blaze Bayley era, 1996's Best of album, Best of the Beast, and Sign of the Cross, The X Factor. They've done that, and they've come back with a different look. And then they check out what I'm doing now. So it's good to see that, looks like Blaze will be all right. He's being taken care of. So hopefully we'll have some good news moving forward on Bailey front. So we'll definitely keep you guys posted there.
So it looks like the issue with the Facebook live stream is because where I set up and restream, it was on a New York time zone. So Facebook is kind of following through our time zone. So it's probably going to start in like 20 minutes. So.
Okay. All right.
Whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Anyway, now we know. Now we know going forward. So.
Yeah. As I said, it's a kind of a live and learn process. So, if nothing else, we can kind of switch it back, and you can take the Facebook, and I'll take the YouTube. So, and that way it won't matter.
That's actually probably a better idea. We may do that next week.
Probably
what
we'll do. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do
live and learn. That's what we're doing. So.
Mm-hmm. Sir, yes, sir.
Let's try to see if our live show is on. Oh, no, that's not doing it because I'm not on the Metalheads account. I'm on my personal account. That's why it's not showing. Yeah, so we are live on YouTube. We're live on YouTube, and that's all that matters.
Oh yeah, I checked YouTube. We were rolling on YouTube. I made sure to check.
And that's all that matters.
Oh yeah, I checked YouTube. We were rolling on YouTube. I made sure.
Yep. Sorry, I was just trying to check to see if there was a echo with the sound on there. So, like I said, we should have tested this out, but I lost track of time. That's on me, so I apologize. All right. So anyway, yeah. Hey, if it ain't fucked up, it ain't Metalheads Unite, right? So
that's true.
Anyway, so if we don't have computer, being stupid, muting my mic, that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm going to kind of piggyback off your story there. I got one over Metal Hammer with former Iron Maiden singer Paul Di'Anno touring. Di'Anno, who fronted Iron Maiden from 78 to 81 and sung on the band's classic first two albums, Iron Maiden in 1980 and Killers in 81, underwent successful knee surgery in Croatia in September following months of medical treatment, the latest in a years-long series of operations and health battles. Fans have raised over 11,000 pounds of a crowdfunding campaign to contribute to Di'Anno's medical fees. Asked by Mexico outlet MB Live if it was true that Maiden had helped finance Paul's treatment in Croatia, the singer replied, as transcribed by Blabbermouth, even though we're on Metal Hammer. The last part of it they did because I ran out of money. It's been very expensive because when I first got sick, I had to get Metavast from Argentina, which cost me a lot of money because I had to be transported in a private medical plane and all that stuff uh, back. When I arrived in England, I only had 45 minutes to live with sepsis and that, so they pumped me full of antibiotics. I spent 8 months in the hospital. So the last bit of the treatment, the band was really cool. They paid for the last couple of months worth of treatments, which was good, and I'll be forever grateful for that. Diano also confirmed that he and Maiden bassist band leader Steve Harris stay in touch to chat about football and that he still gets royalties from time to time with the band, adding, "Yeah, I still get royalties. I just signed a deal with Sony Publishing, so they're getting all my royalties back into me now." Um, that's pretty cool. Like I guess the moral of the story this week is don't be a lead singer for Iron Maiden, but
Right.
uh, but so it's good that they helped him out because they really didn't have to. They didn't have no obligation to do that. So I mean, it's pretty cool that they did. So
Yeah, it was good to see when that they did that for him. So
yeah, yeah. Now Paul Stanley may not do that for Ace Frehley, but
well, yeah.
so you gotta look at the bands that help each other like that is pretty rare. So
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right, going over to Metal Injection for a quick one here. Under Oath guitarist James used to have been from the band, according to Smith. And energized by the music we created and the shows. It has been my honor and privilege to be alive in that way, though we may have never met or shared our stories face to face. Your dedication, grace, and love have allowed us to exist this long. The memories I have from this ride are more than anyone could ever expect time, and I genuinely thank you all for being a part of it. End quote. Under Oath has not yet commented on parting ways with Smith. Even stranger is that Under Oath still has 4 dates with Periphery and Loathe left on their tour, specifically one happening tonight in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Of course, that was 2 nights ago. So who knows what the band will do as far as replacing Smith live. And the the 2 dates that are now left are tomorrow night in Little Rock, Arkansas Hall, and Sunday night, as luck would have it, in Nashville at Marathon Music Works. So, any of our local fans here in the area, want to go check out Under Oath, of course, minus James Smith, head on up to Marathon Music Works and check that out. So, this one, of course, the story says that the rest of the band has yet to comment on it. So, next few days, maybe even once the tour ends, because Sunday night being the last night of the tour, maybe maybe
yeah.
coming up this week, we may get some sort of response from the rest of the guys. So if that happens, we'll definitely make sure to take note of that and pass that on to you guys. So
Good deal. Hey, this one over from Loudwire, since we just kind of mentioned Ace Frehley and Paul Stanley. Estranged Kiss guitarist Ace Frehley has issued former bandmate Paul Stanley an ultimatum, offering him 7 days to issue a formal apology over a recent insulting remark, or he will spill dirt on him and Gene Simmons. He noted this trove of documents he possesses would ruin the careers of both active Kiss members. What did Paul Stanley say that has Ace upset? Well, in an interview on the Howard Stern show earlier this month, Kiss announced the final show of their end of the road farewell tour and touched on a variety of other Kiss related topics. Stern asked why classic members Frehley and drummer Peter Criss didn't partake in Kiss's performance at their introduction to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and Stanley replied with a dig at his ex-bandmates. The Rock Hall organizers were demanding, quite honestly, that we play with the 2 original guys, Peter and Criss, and at this point, that would be demeaning to the current Kiss band and also would give some people confusion, because if you saw people on stage who looked like Kiss but sound like that, maybe we would be called Piss," said the Star Child. Oh my god. It's hardly the first time he's taken shots at either Freely or Kiss, which has repeatedly angered Freely. How did Ace respond? Now in an appearance on Trunk Nation with Eddie Trunk on SiriusXM Radio, Freely appears to have had enough and ready to go live with what he says is a 120-page manuscript he wrote after finishing his book if certain demands of his are not met. "I'm going to make a statement to Paul Stanley right now. I'm telling you that I want a formal apology for what you said and a retraction and an apology within 7 days," he tells Trump, transcribed via mouth. Um, and if I don't get that within 7 days, I'm coming back on Eddie Trunk's show, and you'll have me, Ed, and I'm going to tell some dirt that nobody knows about Paul and Gene, and I've always kept to myself because I'm the kind of guy who doesn't talk about this. I like to talk about positive stuff. Freely mentions books released by Stanley and Simmons, alleging a lot of times those guys are just throwing people under the bus, later making note of an aforementioned manuscript. "My attorney has it in a safe deposit box. God forbid anything happens to me. My attorney is instructed to release it to the New York Times, Rolling Stone, and everybody else." Oh my God. "So they can't intimidate me with trying to hurt me or saying, you better not say anything about me live on the radio, because then they are totally screwed. Their careers will be ruined," he charges. "Those guys aren't squeaky clean," he adds, teasing some of the manuscript's contents. "You know how many lawsuits girls have had against Gene? No, you don't." Trunk also made it clear on social media that all members of Kiss, past and present, are welcome to come on the show. The host made light of Fraley's comments about Simmons' $2,000 The Vault box set, dubbing it a silly safe. So little a little bander between Kiss mates there. So
Did I get like booted out of did I get booted out of the restream?
yeah, it looks like it. I mean, hold on, I got you.
Okay, because I was gonna say I thought I came back in. So
There you
okay,
go.
there I am.
Yeah.
There I
Oh,
am. Okay.
the Wi-Fi is definitely funky tonight. So
Yeah,
with everything going
yeah,
on, I guess.
yeah. I'm gonna definitely gonna have to make sure that moving forward, I kind of do what was I gonna say? You talked about you had a cable guy say that we should like reset it like every so
Yeah,
often.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I probably should have done that tonight. I wasn't thinking about it, but it's still kind of
I haven't done mine in a couple of
still
weeks. I probably need to do it again. But
yeah. It was kind of a rough afternoon. We ended up because I know I mentioned this previously, but we actually went ahead and we actually went ahead and put Rowdy down this afternoon. So
oh
um,
man,
yeah, it was a rough afternoon. So
yeah.
um, so thankfully I was as far along as I was my show prep, because after that for a few hours I was kind of you know
Oh well,
needless to
yeah.
say I was yeah
Understandably, yeah.
needless to say I was a little distracted for a couple hours earlier this evening having to recover, and coming home and picking up all of his stuff and putting his bed away and all this other stuff. But I'm not. But so yeah, if I would have thought about it, I would have hit reset on the modem. But I'll make sure I do that moving forward because it can definitely only help. So
Right,
uh,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So moving over to the PRP for one here. Outside of his role as a metal elder, Metallica vocalist guitarist James Hetfield is no stranger to collecting. In addition to having compiled an elaborate assortment of cars valued in the multi-million-dollar range over the years, he has also cobbled together an extensive array of guitars. In a new official book titled Messengers, The Guitars of James Hetfield, the frontman of metal's most successful band, will be showcasing his collection while also offering insight into each guitar and what they mean to him across that 400-page tome. The following official summary of the book was provided. Quote, from the Electra OGV that defined his style, sound, and attitude to the mythical MX guitars, the first in a series of iconic collaborations with ESP, and from his signature snake bites through his ambitious projects with renowned luthier Ken Lawrence, James Hetfield shares the emotional and technical elements of the chosen tools that have helped his singular musical journey, including exotic instruments, vintage Gibsons, and custom one offs. He also reveals many studio secrets, including the key amplifiers and gear that sculpt his tone and create his sound. Each featured guitar is accompanied by lush, museum quality portraits and by acclaimed photographer Scott Williamson, exhibiting intimate details one can only see if holding it in their own hands, alongside Hetfield's deeply personal reminiscence. Spanning more than 40 guitars, ranging from the original battle scarred Road Warriors to the trusted studio stalwarts and enduring tour favorites, Messengers, The Guitars of James Hetfield is a meticulously crafted coffee table book and a mesmerizing window into the mind and soul of one of rock's greatest frontmen. These invaluable guitars have forged over 4 decades of music history, end quote. Pre-orders are available in various formats here. Hyperlink in the story, of course. The book will be published on October 17th. So keep the old eyeballs peeled for that. So
Well, like they're not going to have a big enough year already, right? So,
yeah, no shit.
uh, all right, so this one is over from Loudwire. I guess we can kind of get a little lighthearted with this story.
Mm-hmm.
But Lamb of God's Mark Morton gave a quippy commentary after a heavy metal blog pointed out the Christian themed online store was selling a Lamb of God logo mug. Indeed, I don't know how to pronounce it. Kayo? Yeah, Kayo Custom .com product page for what appears to be a print on demand item displays some of the unmistakable artwork from the metal band's Ashes of Wake era, as well as their word mark. It is available to purchase in two different size mugs. It's not the first time a religious group has confused the band logo of Lamb of God for a more respectful representation of Jesus of Nazareth. Lamb of God, as a Christian theology term, is another name for the first century Jewish preacher and religious leader. But Lamb of God, the band, is not a Christian band. Morton says, I ain't mad at Jesus, the Lamb of God guitarist said on Twitter on Wednesday, retweeting her screenshot from the site Metal Addicts, but y'all can't just be out here bootlegging my shit. Uh,
Right.
Currently, the lone product review on Kaio Customs Lamb of God mug points out the irony. Great mug showing the Ashes Awake album cover over the secular heavy metal band Lamb of God. The reviewer writes, "Also, my favorite band. 8 years ago, 8 years ago, a group of churches in the band's home state of Virginia used the Lamb of God logo to promote their Easter services. Similar paradoxical stories from Lamb of God fans have cropped up on Reddit. So that's kind of funny. But the thing that got me was there was actually churches using their banner on Easter services. So I'm like, wow, that's pretty funny.
Well, it's kind of like and we've talked about this before. It's kind of like the redneck music video where
Right.
that old lady books them that birthday party. She's like, "Oh, sounds like a nice band," and not so much. it
Uh,
realized in real life. So,
yeah.
as you know what they say, life often imitates art. So, there you go.
That is true. That is true.
All
You
right,
have
this
another one?
one.
I didn't know if you have another one or not. So
I've got the one more.
okay.
I'm not gonna read the thing. 'Cause it's not necessarily about heavy metal, but I guarantee you it's gonna resonate with a lot of metalheads anyway. Over at blabbermouth.net, iconic British guitar Marshall amps is being acquired by Zound Industries, the company that has previously licensed the Marshall brand for its headphones and speakers. Since 2010, Zound Industries has been bringing the Marshall brand to a global audience through its range of headphones and wireless speakers sold in over 90 countries. This deal represents the moment that the iconic British band and its partner, one of Sweden's most successful, profitable growth companies, come together to build the most exciting audio tech powerhouse. Under the terms of the deal, Zound Industries will acquire Marshall Amplification, and the Marshall family will become the largest shareholder of the newly formed Marshall Group. The deal includes all of Marshall Amp. On day one, revenues will be 160 million. in the last 12 months, with double digit profitability, cementing the company's status as a global challenger in the audio technology.
Oh, I think Chris froze on us. Looks like he's froze on YouTube too. So, uh, I said we apologize. We have some weather moving through, so the Wi-Fi is going to be a little in and out. I guess we thought we would be able to get through the podcast before any of the major stuff hit, but looks like it's kind of taking a toll on us already. So, um, not really, not really. Yeah, he got booted. So, uh, so anyway, I will kind of go into another story here until he gets back over from Metal Injection. Out of nowhere, vocalist. I'm gonna kill the name, so just bear with me. Amin Yayazadeh has taken home first place on the very first season of The Voice Persia. Of course, Yayazadeh toned down his screaming for the show and sung a lot more melodically, but hey, it's a testament to his abilities that he can do both. On his win, Yayazadeh offered him following translated from Persian to English. This competition is over, and I learned so many new things during the program. I got to know good voice talents, saw tears and smiles from a short, deep friendship fighting to achieve the goal. Stories of the immigrants interested in music in this period of my life, despite its difficulties, was very sweet. Oh, Chris is back. I hope to see the success of my artist friends whom I met in the program day to day and be proud of them. It was an honor to be with great artists like um, at Layla Forahur, at Isogan, and at Kamayar Music. I was at I was and in the end am a unique coach, original who labored compassionately to that we could win this competition. If I won this competition, I owe it to my wife who supported me in this competition. And thank you very much for the support, the program from the beginning, and giving me a lot of energy. So congratulations to Amin over in the voice of Persia. So
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty cool that the metal vocalist won the very first one. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all obviously being fans of heavy metal. We always like to see the genre do well, kind of like when Lordy won the what the hell was that? What was it? That one that they won over there? It's that big one, and I
Oh
completely
yeah,
went.
they made a damn movie Eurovision.
Yeah, Eurovision. That's what it was. I completely, as soon as I mentioned them, I completely went blank on the name of the competition. Yeah, that Eurovision one. So yeah,
Is
it's
it is
always
it is it is it sad? I had to think of the Will Ferrell movie to remember it. I mean,
well, well, a little bit, yeah. But I mean, that's the thing is it's not a thing over here. It's called Eurovision for a
right,
reason. So I mean,
yeah.
it's just not a thing over here. So unfortunately, uh, but yeah. So um, let me see.
So yeah,
Yeah, where
we
did
didn't really get a lot out of that story. I think you kind of like by the
yeah,
time
I
you got
didn't.
into the first by the end of the first paragraph, you were bounced. So
Yeah, I didn't realize. Well, see, the funny thing is like I got kicked out of Streamyard and freaking Restream.
yeah,
So I got
yeah. So
so I think I
it's
may have
definitely
had
definitely a connection with Wi-Fi or something probably.
yeah. I, I I'm
Yeah.
kind of
That's kind
I'm
of why
kind
I
of
watch like
wondering.
that's kind of like why I watch on like YouTube or Facebook Live or something like that because then I can like see who's freezing. So I can be like, oh, is it
Yeah,
me or
that's not a bad idea.
that was because I looked over and I said, oh yeah, it's him this time. So uh, he said AT and
Yeah.
T, man, I'm telling you.
Actually, you know what? It's funny you
Yeah.
mentioned that because I called them the other night for a third time this during the third time during the past month to get them to turn the satellite off, and and Angela ended up having to yell at the guy, and it finally ended up working. They finally got it shut off. So I'm actually thinking about finding another internet provider anyway. I'd been thinking about it anyway, and just dealing with because DirecTV is like a partner of theirs, so just
Right.
having to deal with that shit over the past month, and then having these Wi-Fi issues at obviously the most inopportune times. It's just kind of one of those things, where I may look at either getting CPW and just adding it to my bill because I'm already paying them for water and power and everything else.
It's
Either
not, I mean,
that or
you really don't notice it, honestly. I mean, I don't. A lot of times I'm just thinking like, I'll just pay the bill, and I'm like, oh yeah, my internet's in with that too. It's like I forget because the bill's not really, it's not that high really, but I got a lot of things going for me too with new units and stuff like that too, though. So I mean, so,
well,
uh,
yeah, that's true. So I don't know. I'm probably going to look at that within the next couple of weeks. Either that or I'm thinking about switching cell phone providers too, and I may get I may get a cell phone provider that has better internet too. So
yeah.
I got some things to look into, but it's ridiculous. Being
The
online
best,
like
the best,
this
yeah,
during a live stream and the Wi-Fi just keeps cutting out. I know that there's storms in the area,
right, yeah,
but it's not raining yet, so
yeah.
there
Well,
shouldn't
that's
be
what I
any.
was saying. Is like I was telling them while you were gone. I said, we do have weather moving through, but we thought we would be done with the podcast before it actually hit. So
Right.
that's why we would have just canceled the podcast. Um, but I hear the wind like kind of picking up a little bit now out there. Uh,
Yeah, but still, it shouldn't be. It
yeah.
shouldn't be that. It
So
shouldn't
if
be
you want
that
to,
big a deal.
so
So
yeah, if you want to,
it's just annoying.
yeah. So the thing is, like when you was talking about that, I remember when I had DirecTV and then AT&T kind of combined with them, my bill went up.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, why I didn't change anything? And
Right.
they were telling me like, oh, well, we're partnered with them and they control me. No, 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 no. So, so you can have all that shit.
Right.
So,
Yeah. All right.
but yeah, yeah, yeah. If
So
you want to read
I'll
that one, so
yeah, I'll kind of pick up where I left off. Let's see. Terry Marshall comments, quote, since my father and I created the original Marshall amp back in 1962, we have always looked for ways to deliver the pioneering Marshall sound to, hey, babe. Um, Angela just got home. We have always looked for ways to deliver the pioneering Marshall sound to music lovers of all backgrounds and music tastes across the world, and I'm confident that the Marshall Group will elevate this mission and spur the love for the Marshall brand. Victoria Marshall continues, quote, with Marshall Group, the potential for to further impact an ever modernizing music industry is a highly genuine one. Together, we will preserve the Marshall legacy and shape the future of Live Loud. Having worked alongside my father during his later years, I know he would be excited at this direction and the potential to reach a larger worldwide audience with innovation and passion, which he always had in spades. End quote. One of Sweden's leading tech entrepreneurs, Conrad Bergstrom, founder and board member of Sound Industries until 2018 and member of Jim Marshall's board of trustees since 2015, has been instrumental in bringing together Sound Industries and Marshall Amplification and will remain an advisor to the Marshall Group. Conrad Bergstrom comments, quote, I am proud that this deal has finally been completed. The success that we have achieved with the Marshall brand over recent years is soon going to be seen as having been the warm-up to a new British-Swedish headline act that is going to shake the tech and music industries to their foundations. Spinal Tap features one of cinema's most iconic scenes when Nigel shows off his Marshall guitar amplifier can turn up to 11, what we are announcing today is no parody. Marshall Group is going to go beyond established rules and limits to find a new sonic lifestyle category. We are going to live loud, end quote. So, like I say, I'm not going to really get into all the details of the rest of the stuff. There aren't any more. There really aren't any more quotes in the article. So if you guys want to go check that out, head on over to Blabbermouth, or I'm sure there were other outlets that.
oh yeah.
But you guys can check that out for yourself. But it's kind of exciting, really, to think about what Marshall amplification is gonna be able to become now moving forward.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, I guess I will kind of round this off with the rest of the headlines. Rob Trujillo will make his singing debut on the new Metallica album, 72 Seasons. So that's maybe interesting to hear there. So I think it's just backing vocals, but still, I don't think he's ever sang period. So,
Not that I'm aware of.
and then surprise after the Burial Stream's new EP, Embrace the Infinity, which they say EP, but to me it's like a single and a B-side kind of thing, you know, because it's like a when you used to buy the single cassette, it had like two songs on it. So I mean, that's all it is two songs. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, it's still new music, so it's worth checking out. I've actually listened to it already, so uh, it's good to hear some new stuff from those guys. Slipknot pauses the Australian show after a fan climbs the PA system.
I saw that.
That sounds very familiar. Didn't that happen at some other? Oh no, it was. Who was that? Was it Red Hot Chili Peppers that climbed the music awards thing?
I I don't remember now.
I can't remember. Some man did that. I just couldn't remember who it was, but they
May have
climbed the
been.
damn. They climbed the damn. At the musical MTV Music Awards, it was funny, and then they hung out up there for like a couple of people were still like, oh, they're still up there. uh, but anyway, Nervosa debuts a new lineup with "Endless Ambition" single. So I haven't listened to that yet. I need to check that out. So kind of did the playlist a little early this week, so I kind of didn't get into a lot of the new drops that happened
Mm-hmm.
today. So,
Yeah.
then Kirk Hammett said he's bored of playing the Master of Puppets solo. He'd rather free play it. So whatever, just want to play around with it or whatever. But I don't know if you can get away with that after you put some Stranger Things fans may get pissed off at him if you did it now.
Right. Yeah.
Uh,
I mean,
and
I guess I can understand getting bored of playing
yeah, because I'm sure
when
that's
you've
probably one of the songs they do all the time. So
yeah
I
when
mean,
you've I saw a story that said that they've played it over 1,700 times live. So
Jesus Christ, that's crazy. I mean, you have a lot in your arsenal. You don't have to play it all the time. Uh, but anyway, I wonder. I'd like to compare that with some of the other older songs like "Battery" or "Welcome Home," "Sanitarium," and stuff, just to kind of see where they all kind of fall in. So if you haven't entered this yet, which I have, which I said I wasn't going to do any festivals this year, but if I win one, I guess I will. But you can win a VIP trip for two of the DWP rock festivals of your choice. You can go to follow them on the DWP on Facebook or Instagram, and their links over there. You can go over there and register for that, which I did. I registered for it. So if I win, I guess I'll be going. But
there you
other than
go.
that, I won't be going to any other than that, unless it's until Metal Devastation. So.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So Dark Angel, to continue following Jim Durkin's death, will dedicate LA and NYC shows in his honor. So I mean, it's kind of I think that's hard for a band that you lose a member that's been there for that length of time, and then you got to decide whether to go on or call it quits. I mean,
Right.
most of the time they're going to go on because I mean that guy put his heart and soul into the band until he died. So it'd be kind of a spit in the face if he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Then a GoFundMe has been created to help the family of the late Saliva guitarist Wayne Sweeney. So if you want to go and donate to that, you can go to GoFundMe and find his name in there. Donate to that. Metallica, we already talked about that. The Messenger's book coming out. So Butcher
Mm-hmm.
Babies is releasing a double album of new material this summer, so that might be interesting. Since they're going to do a double album, so that's pretty cool. I mean,
Oh,
they
interesting.
waited
All right.
they waited long enough between the last album and now they've come out with 4 albums. So it's been a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah, they're cranking it out now.
Richie Faulkner says the new Judas Priest album is almost complete and elaborates on LP's more progressive direction. So this might be a little bit interesting. But actually, it's crazy that he says that because I thought Rob's was like, oh, it'll probably be early 2024. But maybe not. So Suicidal Tendencies frontman Mike Moore is to release a new solo album this year, so that will definitely be interesting as well. Being a solo. Jeff Scott Sato implies he is the singer of the new band formed by Van Halen, Bon Jovi, and Aerosmith members. There's a key word in there, implies.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So not sure how truthful that is. So
We'll see, I guess.
Yeah. Uh, all right. So, I guess with that, we can slide over to hitting the road.
Yeah, we can.
Uh, so I got a couple here. Man, there's like a couple stories that goes with the two the two I have, and then I got one other announcement. Then I'll let you ream out the rest of them. Actually, a pretty good bit of tours that announced this week.
Yeah, it definitely picked up.
The rumors have been hot and heavy this week about the multiple iconic hard rock and metal bands heading to Indio, California this fall for a new festival event known as the Power Trip Festival. And Power Trip won't be there. Like, what the fuck is that?
That is
Anyway,
weird. Yeah.
earlier this week, ACDC, Iron Maiden, Metallica, Ozzy Osbourne, and Tool all posted teasers for Power Trip, which was described as an evolution of the 2016 Desert Trip Festival. Given there were two acts for each day, Guns N' Roses have now been confirmed as the Mystery Six band. Guns N' Roses, who were already scheduled to be on the West Coast for a weekend closing set of the Aftershock Festival in Sacramento on the 8th, will be one of the opening night performers for Power Trip on October 6th, along with Iron Maiden. Damn, a GNR and Iron Maiden show. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Then Saturday, October 7th, you'll have Ozzy Osbourne and AC/DC sharing the concert stage, featuring two highly anticipated concert returns for legendary veteran acts. At present, neither acts has any other tour dates on their schedule. And it was confirmed that from Sharon that Ozzy is doing a lot better and they're trying to test the waters. I think so.
Yeah,
We'll see.
imagine that.
Yeah, imagine that. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Imagine that.
She went to the crossroads and made a deal or something. I don't know,
It's
but
something. Yeah.
the final day on October 8th will have Metallica and Tool finishing out the weekend. At present, no other dates surround the Power Trip date and for Metallica, but Tool, like Guns N' Roses, are doubling for the California Festival fun by headlining the Friday, October 6th date of Aftershock. Uh, so, so they're there the 6th, and then going to close out this festival on the 8th, and then Guns N' Roses is kind of vice versa. So,
Mm-hmm.
kind of interesting. The event will take place October 6th to the 8th at the Empire Polo Club in Indio, California. 3-day general admission tickets start at $599 plus fees, or turn up the volume with the pit, reserved floor, grandstand seating options, and various VIP packaging. And I will say that is a big bird to your face because I will not pay $600 to see six bands. Sorry. Uh,
No.
I mean, even though they are iconic, I still, there's a lot of people that'll do it, but I'm not
Oh,
going to
there'll
one
be
of
a
them.
lot of people who'll do it.
Yeah. Which I mean, if you got it, you want to do it, that's fine. But that's a lot of money for six bands when you can go to a festival and see that much for a little bit under $200. Yeah, probably about 150 to $200 less than that. So
Mm-hmm.
then you get 3 days of music with 117 bands. So,
Right. Yeah.
and speaking of that, I seen where Blue Ridge said they were 90% sold out. So uh, hopefully a lot of those people got good shoes on. That's all I can say.
Gluttons for
buy,
punishment. Gluttons for
buy,
punishment.
buy good shoes for standing. That's all I can tell you. Um,
Yeah.
and then this announcement, the Avenged Sevenfold announced a set of 2023 North American dates, which marks the band's first time hitting the road in 5 years. While the group already announced two headlining performances in LA and New York City when they released the song Nobody earlier this month, this will be their first um, this will be the first official tour since 2018. The run is in support of their upcoming album Life Is But a Dream, which will be out on June 2nd and can be pre-ordered already. Alex is on fire is will serve as support throughout the track. Vince teamed up with Ticketmaster for a new form. This is one of the reasons I read the whole story. Avenged teamed up with Ticketmaster for a new form of ticketing in order to combat scalpers and bots. Members of the band's Death Bats Club have an exclusive first chance at tickets. Individuals can request tickets from now until March 28th at 3 p.m., which we're kind of
Yeah. 3 days ago. So.
now. But, using Ticketmaster's new token gated sales platform at this location, and once the window closes, they'll be notified whether or not the request was granted. This new capability allows artists to get special access and rewards to specific fans they want to super serve. David Marcus, the EVP of Global Music at Ticketmaster, said in a statement. Artists like Avenged Sevenfold are using Web3 and NFTs to build deeper relationships with their fans, and we're proud to help foster that connection through live events. So, with that being said, Avenged Sevenfold, those tour dates kick off on July 18th in Camden, New Jersey at the Freedom Mortgage Pavilion and end on August 7th at Vancouver, British Columbia at the Rogers Arena. So, kind of, I mean, a lot of those dates are in Canada. There are a few
Mm-hmm.
United States dates, but there's nothing nowhere near us. I think Illinois may be the closest thing
Yeah.
they got to us. So,
The good thing is the PRP had those dates, and that's just like the first leg.
right,
So
right, right.
yeah, so like when I put it down, I put that there was no Nashville date, and then parentheses I just put yet. So,
Yeah, yeah,
so we'll
yeah.
still have to see. So
Oh yeah, once they start that fall trek in September, October through the end of the year, I'm sure there'll be a Nashville date on
yeah,
there. So,
I bet there will.
Venom Inc. are going on a U.S. tour with Exhumed, Acid Witch, Enforced, and more this summer. Venom Inc., Acid Witch, Enforced, and Exhumed will kick off at on June 22nd at Dallas and Texas and at the Trees, which I've been to that venue. It's pretty cool.
Oh,
And
cool.
that ends on July 2nd at San Francisco, California at the DNA Lounge. Don't even want to know what that is. It's like a strip club.
Yeah, well, a
We
little
just we
bit.
just leave it at that. Uh, I put my quarter in. Leave me alone. What's that? What's that? Comedians like I slipped on cum in your floor. Well, how'd it get there? I don't know. I think I did it. It's like, well, how do you know that? You can't sue us for slipping on your own cum. It's like,
Well, that's
but I
true.
didn't know. But I didn't know where it went. It's dark in here. Oh man, it's crazy. Then we have Venom Inc., Acid Witch, Enforced, and Worm Witch with 4 dates: July 5th, Seattle, Washington, at the El Corazon. July 7th, Salt Lake City, Utah, at Metro Music Hall, and July 8th, Cheyenne, Wyoming, at the Lincoln, and last but not least, July 9th, Denver, Colorado, at the Oriental Theater. So a lot of West Coast action there for Venom Inc. So
Hmm.
then I will turn it over to you because that's all I
All
have. So.
right. All right. Well, leading off, hitting the road this week from the 25th to the 31st. Starting off over at the PRP, like always, I declare war is going on a tour, like 5 dates around the Pacific Northwest, their specific stomping grounds. The dates for that will be May 23rd in Portland, Oregon at the Bossa Nova Ballroom featuring Ingested and Devourment. May 24th in Seattle, Washington at El Corazon featuring Ingested and Devourment. 525 in Vancouver, BC at the Cobalt featuring Angel Maker. 526 in Yakima, Washington at El Diamante Event Center, and 527 in Spokane Valley, Washington at Drunkie's Junkyard Barbecue featuring Bro Job and Salt Wound. Let's see. Haste the Day has announced a trio of reunion shows in Indianapolis on October 27th, 28th, and 29th at the Hi-Fi featuring Oh Sleeper, Wolves at the Gate, Still Remains, and Trenches, from one date to the next. Oh Sleeper is on all three shows. Then you got Wolves at the Gate, Still Remains, and Trenches. Gideon, Canehill, and Jordy Perp are going on a spring tour, like for a week or 8 days, starting 5-2 in Greenville, South Carolina at the Radio Room, finishing 5-9 in Knoxville, Tennessee at the Open Chord Stage. No Nashville date there. Skindred and Black Gold are going to the UK and Ireland, starting 10-6 in Northampton, UK at the Road Mender, finishing 11-18 in Dublin, Ireland at Academy. Initiate and In Time are going out, starting May 19th in Oxnard, California at CFF, finishing June 7th in Denver, Colorado at 7th Circle. No Nashville date. Drain is going on a summer tour of Europe and the UK, starting August 3rd in Wacken, Germany at Wacken Open Air, finishing August 19th in Eindhoven, Netherlands at the Dynamo Metal Fest. Goat Whore has announced some spring headlining shows scheduled around their tour with I Hate God. Those shows start April 15th in Hamden, Connecticut at the Space Ballroom featuring Afghan Hayes and He Was a God. Finishing June 3rd in Houston, Texas at Black Magic. They will be in Nashville on May 31st at the Cobra. And the dates with I Hate God start April 8th in Atlanta, Georgia at Boggs, finishing April 29th in Denton, Texas at Rubber Gloves. The Amity Affliction, Can't Swim, and Omerta are going out starting May 10th in San Diego, California at the Observatory, finishing May 23rd in Orlando at the Beecham. They will be at Eastside Bowl in Nashville on May 21st. Armed for the Apocalypse is going on a tour of the West Coast starting May 11th in Portland, Oregon at the Star Theater featuring Unearth, finishing May 18th in Vancouver, BC at the Modified Ghost Fest. Cancer Bats is going on a summer tour of the UK starting June 30th in Glasgow, Scotland at King Touch, finishing July 7th in Cheltenham, UK at the 2000 Trees. Midnight is going on tour with Spirit Adrift and Spider starting May 1st in Grand Rapids, Michigan at the Pyramid Scheme, finishing May 20th in New Kingston, PA at the Preserving Underground, and with Early Moods and Necrofire starting June 1st in Denver, Colorado at HQ, finishing June 16th in Tucson, Arizona at The Rock. No Nashville date for either lineup. Botch has announced their first European shows in 23 years. June 13th in Haarlem, Netherlands at the Patronaat featuring Crouch. June 14th in Cologne, Germany at Essig Fabric featuring Helms Ali. And June 16th in Clisson, France at the Hellfest Open Air. Drug Church, Magnitude, Out of Pocket, MS Paint, Torina, Gel, Combust, Restraining Order, and Gum have been announced as support acts for Drain's Summer North American Tour, appearing at select dates on various lineups. And the dates were spread out and chopped up, and the dates were so various. I mean, if you guys are interested in that North American Tour for Drain, you're just going to have to go look up the dates themselves, because that would have taken up a whole page in and of itself. So that was a little bit too much for me to type, so I just said the hell with it. So I just put all the bands on the list, and you guys can go search for a tour date at a venue near you. Killswitch Engage has announced 2 new shows on June 9th in Hampton Beach, New Hampshire at the Casino Ballroom featuring Fit for an Autopsy, Death Ray Vision, and Paradise Slaves, and June 11th in Toronto, Ontario at the Queen Elizabeth Theatre featuring Despised Icon and Stick to Your Guns. Sick of It All is going on a summer European tour starting June 8th in Haininka, Finland at Rockfest, finishing July 8th in Villarcayo, Spain at the Dolmen Music Fest. The Bronx has announced a European tour for their 20th anniversary, with Rancid appearing at select dates, starting June 2nd in Rimini, Italy at Slam Dunk, Italy, finishing July 9th in Geerlay, Belgium at the Shock Festival. Papa Roach and Hollywood Undead have announced a quartet of European shows. June 6th in Padova, Italy at the Parco della Musica. June 17th in Luxembourg at the Rock Hall. June 19th in Bremen, Germany at Pier 2. And June 20th in Freiburg, Germany at the Sick Arena. Candy is going on a summer European and UK tour starting June 16th in Clisson, France at the Hellfest Open Air, finishing June 30th in Roskilde, Denmark at the Roskilde Festival. And then moving over to blabbermouth.net for one, Godsmack and Stained are going on a summer North American tour. There is no info yet on any potential opening acts, so if that's announced, I'll let you guys know. That tour starts July 18th in St. Louis, Missouri at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater and finishes August 31st in Austin, Texas at the Germania Insurance Amphitheater. And unfortunately, no date for Nashville. So, but that's hitting the road for the 25th through the 31st.
All right. So that's definitely a lot of stuff happening. So
Yeah,
not only here.
it definitely picked up.
So I don't know what list do you have still?
I have. Let me see. Hang on. I still got 2 of them. Let me pull them up real quick here. I have 10 of the greatest old school Australian thrash albums known to man. And this one may be a little long, but this one is 50 old school American thrash albums that were equal to anything released by the Big Four.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that would definitely needs to be a
I could do a 2-parter on that one. So I mean, we could do something like that, but yeah, doing the
I
whole
mean,
thing.
I would do it if it wasn't for the weather. I'd just do it. But I was
Right.
kind of like, man, we'll get into that and then we'll get blowed out. So,
Well, I mean, like I say, I can still hold on to those.
yeah, I got one too, and like mine's the top 50 or something of front men and women of the 21st century. So, I mean, that's kind of a lengthy one too. So,
All right. Well, why don't we just hold?
I had another one. Let me see what the other one is.
Okay. Why don't we just go ahead and hold on to them, since we are kind of fighting against the weather. So
Yeah, if you want to do the 10 the 10 one, we can do that
okay.
one.
All right. Yeah, we
So,
could do that. All right. Sure. Why not? Over at worshipmetal.com. Like I say, I've been sitting on this one for a little bit, but that's fine. These lists, they're real. I mean, they're not really all
Oh
that
yeah,
time.
they're not time. Yeah,
They're not really time
time
sensitive or
sensitive.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is over. Like I say, at worshipmetal.com, and this is a feature from Chris Jennings. Credit where credit's due. And this is his list of ten of the greatest old school Australian thrash albums known to man. Let's say presented in alphabetical order as opposed to any kind of ranking. So that's from him. All right, leading
Okay.
off we have Addictive, name of the band. That's Pity of Addictive with their album Pity of Man from 1989. Australian thrashers Addictive may be no more than a footnote in the history of thrash metal, but for a short time in the late 80s, these Antipodean anarchists were one of the leading bands in the Aussie scene. Then we have Allegiance with Destitution from 1994. What a concrete slab of hard-hitting thrash Allegiance's debut album was. Overall, this was a relatively familiar release to those already accustomed to Machine Head's Burn My Eyes, etc., but that shouldn't distract from what is a gruff, rough, street-ready run through some decidedly above-average thrash. Then we have Berserker with Lost from 1990. A true anomaly, even in the Australian scene, Berserker's only full-length release is as frustrating as it is interesting, an album that's tantalizingly technical and abruptly abstract in equal measure. Then we have Hobbs' Angel of Death with a self-titled album from 1988. I've actually heard of this album before. I don't think I've actually heard it, but I've heard of this album.
Mm-hmm.
Ostensibly a solo venture for ex-Tyrus guitarist Peter Hobbs, Hobbs' Angel of Death was an old-school thrash album, unsurprisingly in thrall to the satanic noise belched forth by thrash giants Slayer, the Hell Awaits era.
Yeah.
Mass Confusion with Confusion Intrusion from 1990. Try saying that 3 times fast, for fuck's sake. The crossover comedy stylings of Melbourne's Mass Confusion may not have been to everyone's tastes, but these hardcore thrashers were as adept at thrashing up a hyperpunk storm as the next band. Yeah, going up to page 2. Give me 1 second. I didn't realize it was a 2-pager. Okay, then we have Mortal Sin with Mayhemic Destruction from 1987. Mortal Sin's Mayhemic Destruction, their corrosive debut, is as good an 80s Australian thrash album as you could ever wish to find. I mean, that's as pretty much straightforward as you need.
Mm-hmm.
Mortal Sin with Face of Despair from 1989. The greatest Australian thrash band to ever have thrashed, fully deserve a second mention, and with their second album, Face of Despair, Mortal Sin fair gave us a second wave classic. Then we have Mortification with Post Momentary Affliction from 1993. Post Momentary Affliction was the third studio album by Australian Christian metalers Mortification, and it found the band returning to their thrash roots while retaining much of the death metal that informed their first 2 albums. We have Nothing Sacred with Let Us Pray, 1988. One of the first Australian bands to play thrash/speed metal, Melbourne's Nothing Sacred formed way back in 1983, and their debut EP, Death Wish, 1985, was an underground metal phenomenon. We have Teramis with Stretch of the Imagination from 1991. Australian progressive/power/technical thrashers Teramis may be one of the least known acts on this particular list, but their distinct brand of histrionic metal deserves to be remembered. So that's the list right there.
Okay. And what was the title of that again?
10 of the greatest old school Australian thrash albums known to man, and that's at
Okay.
worshipmetal.com.
I said old school, so I guess okay. That leaves our boys from Hidden Intent out, I guess. So
Right. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering, I was like, wait a minute, like, what? I would think they would be
Yeah.
in there.
It appears
If
to
it was
be.
if it was of all time, maybe I guess. But
Yeah, it appears to be. It appears to have just been narrowed down to the 80s and 90s.
okay, that makes sense then, I guess. So
Yeah.
all right, all right. Well, that was a quick little list there. As I said, that kind of fits in the time frame because I mean we got like I think we're going to try to cut out about 25 minutes. So
Yeah, we gotta race against the weather here, so
yeah, I think it said it was supposed to hit around 1, so I don't want to.
don't want to push it too hard.
Uh, all right, so I guess we'll move over to our metal theme of the week. This one was kind of difficult, I thought. Once I got
Yeah.
into it, I'm like, oh man, like what am I going to do? I was like, oh, so I mean, I just could. I mean, like I said, once you get to thinking outside of that little narrow window, it kind of opens
Yeah.
up a little. But even after that, I was still kind of like, damn, man, this is kind of
Yeah. I went. I went. I went a little far out on this one, and
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I may have reached a few on these, but I tried to get into a headspace of like what people look for in a vacation. I mean,
Yeah,
I
destination
mean,
type thing, and
you know, either destinations or a way of getting there,
right.
or you know. So, and here's the funny thing about this list. I'm not giving anything away other than this. The newest song on this list that I have is 1999.
Wow,
Yes.
that's interesting.
I
Uh, anyway, I only had 11. I don't know how many you wound up with,
I
but
ended up with 12. So
okay, so we'll wind up with a decent little list,
yeah,
and
not too bad.
hopefully, hopefully, maybe something you say might trigger something else from me, and then vice versa. So
That's
we can
true.
actually add something in there. So the first one I went with, of course, was Ice Nine Kills' "Worst Vacation" from Welcome to Horrorwood in 2021. Um, then I went with Power Trips Hornet's Nest. That was just a single from 2019. As trip vacation.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Trying to do a little play on words there.
Yeah. Well, that's the
Um,
thing is they like not every song has to actually be about a
well,
vacation. It
yeah,
just
yeah,
has
right.
to.
It's just,
So it
kind
doesn't
of
have to be.
in the realm.
Yeah, they don't have to be so literal, right?
So it kind of makes me feel good that you said yours didn't have anything. All of yours was kind of older than that. So because all of mine were newer. So hopefully we don't have.
Oh, there we go.
If we do have a crossover, it's only going to be one because I only got one that's older than that.
Okay.
Uh, so my next one was Machine Head California Bleeding from Catharsis
Mm,
2018. Then I went with Devil Driver Clouds Over California.
yeah.
Anytime we get to throw that one in there, I'm gonna throw it in there.
Oh,
So the last
that's.
kind word is
Oh yeah.
2007. Then I went with Avatar on the Beach from their newest album, Dance
Oh,
Devil
see,
Dance
there you go. Yeah.
23. Then I went with Children of Bottom Beach Terror from Hate Crew Death Row 2003.
Yeah.
Then I went with Riot City Paris Nights from Electric Elite 2022. Then I went with Bleed from Within Paradise from Shrine 2022. And then there's my older one. I went with Guns N' Roses Paradise City from Appetite from Destruction 1987. Then I went with Hollywood Undead California Dreamin' from 5 2017. And then last but not least, I went with our good friend Asher's Rain with Mountains Echoes from Mountains Echoes EP 2022. So.
Nice. Very nice. All right. So yeah, we did have one crossover, and it's pretty much the obvious one. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. But okay, so my list starting out, I went with "Psycho Holiday" by Pantera off "Cowboys from Hell" from
Nice.
1990 because I know over in Europe they call it going on holiday, so it's kind of
Right,
what I
right.
went with.
Yep. There you go.
Then I went way back to 1972 with "School's Out" by Alice Cooper off of "School's Out," summer vacation.
Yep.
Then
I
I went
almost did
with
that one. I kind of
yeah.
I stirred away a little. So.
Then I went with Wisconsin Death Trip by Static X off the album of the same name from 1999. Then I had
Nice.
Paradise City by Guns N' Roses. Then I had Hooligan's Holiday by Motley Crue off of
Yeah.
their self-titled album from 1994. Then I went with Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne off Blizzard of Oz from 1980 because a lot of people go on a train for vacation.
Yep.
Then I went with Train of Consequences by Megadeth from Euthanasia 1994. Then I went with Road to Nowhere by Ozzy Osbourne off of No More Tears from 1991.
It's
Then I
funny. I
went with
almost went with that one too.
yeah. Then I went with Heading Out to the Highway by Judas Priest off of Point of Entry from 1981. Then I went with Highway to Hell by AC/DC off of Highway to Hell from 1979. If anyone's wondering why I went with that one, if you don't know by now, I'm from Michigan, and
Yeah.
there is a small tourist trap little city in Michigan called Hell, Michigan. So that's why I went with that one. So
Ah,
that one's a little closer to home for me. So and plus it's a good song, so why the hell not?
yeah.
So then I went with Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden off Number of the Beast from 1982 because some people just want to
Yeah. Get away. Yeah.
head off to the mountains. And then in keeping with kind of like the same vein of just like going just to go, I went with Wherever I May Roam by Metallica off the Black Album from 1991. So
Yeah. Yep. That's definitely all allowed. So judges.
yep.
uh, But yeah, I'm sure Victor will put in his 2 cents. So.
Oh yeah, he'll probably yeah. I'll send in the list once we get it compiled, and I'm sure he'll add a
If
few.
he if he's not out and about at if he's not out and about at a show, I seen where he was at another show not long ago. Actually the lead singer actually just joined the group, so which was pretty cool.
Yep.
So he's still out there. He's still out there, pulling people in for us, which I appreciate. So
Yeah, we do. We do.
so I think I'll add a once I got to thinking about some of the stuff and got to hitting, I'll probably add a song from the Red Mountain since they're going to be at that uh,
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
festival again this year. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty good stuff too. So yeah, definitely check that out. So all right, so we'll get that list compiled, and like I said, I would post it on here, but I think I can now actually. No, I can't. I put it in a private chat, but I still can't comment. I bet we have to be. I bet we have to buy the thing on StreamYard to be able to comment too.
You probably do.
They always want you to buy something.
Of course they do.
I get YouTube for free. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, I know.
Crazy.
Well, there's ads galore on YouTube. That's why
Well, that's
YouTube is.
true. Yeah, that's true. That is true. So, all right. I guess we will move into our album
Album
reviews.
reviews. Hell yeah, man.
I did. I did. So let me back up. Just shit. What the hell? Let's see. I'm trying to back up to where I was listening because I can't remember the name of the one other the Bury Tomorrow album that just came out. I feel like shit because I should know that, especially since I'm a big fan of Bury Tomorrow.
The seventh son.
The seventh son. Yeah. Seventh son. So that album was actually pretty fun. I mean, it's definitely Bury Tomorrow, so it's really good. I definitely should check that out. I got a couple of songs on there with some featured vocalists and stuff too. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, definitely gave it a little. Like I said, it's a. So I guess I would say it's Bury Tomorrow, but it does kind of like, they do have a couple of songs on there that's kind of not their normal sound. So if that makes any
Oh,
sense,
okay. All right, I got
so
you.
they do kind of get out of the monotony a little bit. So which
Yeah.
I'm good with it either way. It was a really a good album. It's definitely a 4-star album for me. So
Okay. So let's see. Let's see. What is that? Bury
Bury Tomorrow, yeah. So,
tomorrow. Okay.
but the one that I actually did the review on was a band called Kingsman. The album was Bones Don't Lie. Um,
Bones don't lie.
I was actually looking. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't do the other one because one of the other ones I listened to was actually the one you're reviewing. So that's actually
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
actually interesting to see what you thought about it. So, um,
Oh,
but
did you
yeah,
listen? Did you listen to it?
I did. I think it actually came out earlier in the week. That's why I listened to it. So I think it was
Oh,
actually
okay.
I think it actually came out Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I wound up listening to it regardless. So at some point.
Okay.
uh,
Ah.
so actually, I may have listened to it last night, finishing up stuff. I don't know, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, whatever. Actually, you know what? I can find out if I did or didn't. So 'cause it was right there on top. So or was it? Nope, that's last in line. Never mind. It wasn't that one.
Okay. All right.
I did listen to that one, but it wasn't. So it must have been one of the. It must have been earlier in the week because it's not showing up on my previous listen. So,
Gotcha.
all right. Anyway, go with Kingsman. Bones Don't Lie. A little. I don't know, paragraph about the band. I got off one of the sites. It says, "Trying in turbulent times elicit strength. A series of tough trials and tribulations only made Kingsman stronger. They formed in 2016 in Providence, Rhode Island. They are formed. Let's see, vocals are tenor Guidman, Tim Lucifer on guitars. Oh, sorry, not Lucifer, Lucier. I might get called somebody call him Lucifer. Um, I don't know. I mean, we're in metal, so it may be all right.
Right.
Michael Perota on drums and Adam Bakelman on bass. They forged an ironclad bond as musicians and friends. That's pretty cool that they actually been able to. I don't know they didn't really go into detail about their trials and tribulations. I know they only had this is just their second release since 16, um, so evidently there was something going on there to have two albums in 7 years. Uh,
Hmm.
so like I said, this band's second full length album, 10 songs, 31 minutes, 33 seconds, so not real long. To begin, there was a 51-second intro that didn't really flow into the title track or anything. It was just kind of there, so I'm not sure. Like I
Yeah.
said, we're always kind of curious about the intros. Like, do they just throw them in there, or was it planned out to do an intro? Or that's always something we always like to ask. Which I may reach out to these guys and see if they want to come on. We'll talk about that maybe. But I guess we can move on to the things in which I did like, which was kind of everything else. I, really, I'm honestly still trying to figure out like this the sound of this band because it was kind of they definitely didn't play. They don't play to be categorized. I don't think because it was really kind of you got a little metalcore, you got a little hard rock maybe in there. I mean, it was a little bit of everything in there. So,
Nice.
not genre wise. So they really are diverse with that. So, um, kind of got like a Marilyn Manson, Tool, Breaking Benjamin. Kind of got all those bands kind of feel. In within certain songs. So maybe maybe those are some influences theirs. I don't know, but definitely could hear some of that sound in some of the songs. So
I gotcha.
like I said, I could probably go on and probably name five other bands that I probably heard in there, but
Yeah.
uh, but I do like that they're diverse with their sound though. That kind of gave me I've listened to this album twice already, and I was just like, man, I think
Oh,
mainly
cool.
just because I was trying to figure out, like, man, it's can't excuse me, can't place like where I would place that. You know what I mean? So it was good, and like I liked a lot of the songs on there. But I'm still just trying to figure out like, okay, what are they going for? Because it's kind of they kind of like they jam out and then they kind of get that low, they slow it down for a minute and then hit that scream and then they build back up. So
Hmm.
in which I love that stuff. I'm a big metalcore guy, so that stuff's kind of right up my alley. But yeah, so still trying to sink all that stuff in is still kind of like cool. It's cool that I'm having this much trouble trying to do that. I think
Right. Yeah.
so because that makes it unique and different. I think so.
Absolutely.
If you're not just rolling out here like, oh, well, it's like this, we're moving on. It's kind of like, okay, doesn't sound like it's too too intriguing, I guess. But yeah, this one's definitely worth checking out. I'm gonna give it four horns. So um,
Nice. Yeah, you had a couple good ones this week.
yeah. So
All right. Well, you you did well. You didn't. I mean, you didn't say the name of it, but you did listen to the one that I listened to.
mhm.
I listened to the new album Death Rattle by a band called Desert Storm. They are a southern slash stoner metal slash rock band formed in Oxford, England in 2007. Their current lineup consists of Chris Benoist on bass, Elliot Cole on drums, Chris White on guitar, Ryan Cole on guitar, and Matt Ryan on vocals. No, not the quarterback from the Colts. Different Matt Ryan. Um,
Iceman, Matty
yeah,
Ice.
just Matty Ice, just in case you were curious. This is their sixth full length album. Their debut album, Forked Tongues, came out in 2010. Horizontal Life in 13, Omniscient in 14, Sentinels in 18, and Omens in 2020, leading up to well, either yesterday or Wednesday, whether it came out. So leading up to 2023, uh, the album is 9 tracks long, 8 with an asterisk, 47 minutes and 11 seconds long. The asterisk is for track 9, New Dawn, which is 2 minutes and 41 seconds. It's just an instrumental outro that I could have personally done without. Um, I've said this before with like doom and sludge metal, and to me, the stoner metal kind of falls into the same category. This one, this one kind of just kind of like went along.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. It was mid tempo at best.
Mm-hmm.
Had a lot of stylings of like every now and then I was like, this kind of sounds like Mastodon a little bit. This sounds
Yeah.
kind of sounds like Clutch a little bit. It had some moments where maybe it had a little bit of Tool sprinkled in there.
Yeah. That's
Um, un-
exactly what I thought when I first heard the one of the first tracks. I said, "Oh,
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
Tool."
Right. Unfortunately, I've never really been big fans of either of those bands. So this one for me, it really wasn't. It really wasn't in my wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm.
This one kind of also fell into a little bit of a what do you want to call it? A repetition trap where a lot of the songs didn't really sound a whole lot different from each other, and I kind of hated that. Well, not I hated that I felt that way. Let me say that. I
Right.
didn't.
Yeah.
So, the album, it wasn't too hard to listen to. I got through it relatively quickly, 47 minutes. It wasn't too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, I'm going to give this a 2.5 out of 5. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. Like I say,
Mm-hmm.
so the whole stoner sludge doom, I don't have a problem with the heaviness, but the sticking to basically one tempo and not really diverting from it much kind of, for lack of a better description, kind of bores me a little, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So but like, that's just me though. So
You
but
you went down the members, didn't you? You already said the members.
yes, I did.
Was any of them kin to each other? Because like two of them
I
guys are just like brothers. I mean,
I think Elliot and Ryan, the drummer and one of the guitar players, I do believe they are related. So
okay, yeah, 'cause they definitely looked alike on the picture I seen. I was like, damn, these
yeah,
dudes are like brothers.
yeah. So like I say, 2.5 out of 5. I'll give it right down the middle of the road.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's fair enough. So,
yeah,
then, all right. So, what do we got to look forward to next week? Hopefully, we got some
yeah,
good shit coming out,
yeah.
man. Like,
April.
it's kind of been a couple of dead weeks where it's just not
Oh
been
yeah.
like. I mean, like it's really been hard to like, uh, pinpoint anything that's like
Hmm.
stands out. I guess you could say it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to
Well,
pluck something out that stands out. But
taking a quick look, it doesn't really look like. Well, I take that back. There's one that I'm looking forward to for next Friday night, April 7th, leading off with Isles with Beyond Drama, Angels in Vain with Long Time Coming, Angel Vivaldi with Away with Words Part 2, that's an EP. We have Arched Fire with Trust Betrayal. We have a Systole with Siren to the Blight, a Temporal with Thorn Genesis, Ayur with Prevail, Bacchus with Two, Blood Moon Wedding with Blood Moon Wedding and American Nightmare, Children of the Reptile with Heavy as the Head, Cicada the Burrower with Blight Witch Regalia. We have Sinistre with a self titled album, The Colony with Have Hope, The Crooked Whispers with Funeral Blues, Curse Binder with Drifting, Descent into Maelstrom with Die Consentes. We have Devangelic with Zool. There is no Dana, only Zool. Discreation with Iron Times. We have Dracon with High Tales. That's an EP. We have Disterol with Anemic. Ernte with Albsigen maybe. If it's German, I'm not 100% sure. We have Ex Destrier with Glorious Barbarism. That's an EP. We have Facts with Still Life and Decay. We have False Gods slash Aburo with a split album. We have Found Missing with Blind Leading the Blind. We have God's Sleep with Lies to Survive. The Golden Grass with Life is Much Stranger. The Grifted with Doomsday and Salvation. Grin with Black Nothingness. Head Wreck with Reflection Room. That's an EP. Healthy Living with Songs of Abundance, Psalms of Grief. Heathen Foray with Oathbreaker, Heretic Plague with Context as a Stumbling Corpse, I Miss You I Miss You C with Catalina, Imperial Demonic with Beneath the Crimson Eclipse. We have Ison with Stars and Embers, Carbholtz with Capital 11 Barricaden. That's obviously German.
Mhm.
Cardinal Sin with Saligia. It's an anagram for something. Kiss with Off the Soundboard, Poughkeepsie, New York, 1984. Obviously, that is not a new release. Larvae with Entitled to Death. Lesotho with Through the Dying Light. We have Lethem with Winter Ice. We have Low with The Gleaners. Lotus Thrones with The Heretic Souvenir. Love Ethic with The Thinking Man's Redux. Lucifer's Fall with Children of the Night. Lurk with Aegis. Make a Change, Kill Yourself with Two, that's a re release. Make a Change and Kill Yourself with Fry, that's a re release.
Hmm.
Masked Year with Knife. Maudir with Soliloquy, that's an EP. Maulin with El Miedo de Amar Pero Igual Lo Hago, that's an EP. Hold on a second. That's Spanish with The Fear. The Fear de Amar. Shit, my Spanish is so awful. The fear, the fear of love, but it's equal. The fear of love, but it's equal to something. I don't know. Someone will have to translate that for me, and I may
My
not have.
my English is awful. So
then we, we have then we have then we have medieval with Mirror in the Darkness. We have Nacht Muse with Darker Skies. That's an EP. Nadsat. That sounds painful with Torn Times. We have Nikus with Sepulchral Divination. Omnicidal with the Omnicidalist. On the Loose with Dark Emotions. Osert with Ophirdeer. Paraphilia with the Memory of Death Given Form. Paul Gilbert with the Dio album, and here's the one I'm looking forward to: Powerwolf with Interludium.
nice.
Raider with Trial by Chaos. Rise of the North Star with Showdown. I did not know Rise of the North Star was still making music. Holy shit. We have Ruad with 1296. Savage Hands with Rock Bottom. That's an EP. Save Your Skin with an Invicta Mori. Sea of Flame with Bristlecone. That's an EP. Stillbirth with Homo Deus. Sunrot with The Unfailing Rope. We have how do you pronounce this? Thecodonshin. That can't be right. Slash Ceramented with a split album. There's Only One Elvis with The Balance of Everything. Thysia with Islands in the Cosmic Darkness. Tide Harvester with Pale Moon Spell Tome. Tina Fey / Louise with Split. That's an EP. Tribulation with Hamaratia. That's an EP. We have Urarv with Substratum. Utilitarian with Gaslights. We have Unworthy with Where Light Divides. Veil and Sorrow with Shore Stank. Various Artists, The Aggression Sessions, that's an EP. We have Vast / Catsionis, I guess. Cynical Silence, that's a split album, I believe. Weiss Ravana with Awakening of the Ancient Blood, When Plagues Collide with an Unbiblical Paradigm. Where Mermaids Drown with Reminiscence, Worthy of the Crown with Inertia, that's an EP. Rack with Altair der Verganglichkeit.
No, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Then we have Iskelgroth with Bleeding of the Hideous. So, another lengthy list and one relatively heavy hitter with Powerwolf. So,
Yeah.
I'd definitely probably be checking that out as soon as I can. So, but we still have quite a few to choose from. So that's good.
Cool. That's good. Just to let you know, when we close this out, I'm going to take us out with the new Halo Scars single. So the Crownless King dropped today. So if you haven't,
nice.
If you don't follow those guys, go do it, because man, they are like they're probably one of the most talented independent bands that we've seen in a while. So or kind of around here. I guess local. I guess you could say local bands. I guess so.
I would say those guys are on their way up.
They are, yeah. I think so. I think
they're absolutely on their way up.
Yeah. So
which is good.
Yeah, man. And like I said, they're working on some new stuff, and once they get close to putting that out, I think we're going to have them on to kind of talk about all that stuff. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So looking forward to that again too as well. So.
Oh boy. It's a good thing. It's a good thing we're working on wrapping it up. It is. You're right. It is looking pretty nasty out to the Southwest. So.
Yeah. So that being said, I guess we will close this out for today. Like I said, hopefully next week will be a little bit more friendlier to us. So with all
Yeah.
the issues and the weather.
Yep.
So hopefully,
Yeah. The yeah. Unfortunately, only one of the two things we can control, and that's the
well, right,
issues,
yeah, yeah.
not the
We'll
weather.
we'll definitely kind of talk get through that. I guess. Like I think most of the issues, like once we got you on, I guess I think the biggest issue was the weather. So kind of
Oh yeah.
the weather kicking you off there. So,
Yeah.
but
We'll
yeah,
definitely remedy that next week for sure.
so hopefully. But what's a Mule Day weekend without a bunch of tornadoes and weather? So
And they seem to go hand in hand.
they do. Yes, I don't care what weekend they pick. It just seems to follow them in. And so
Mm-hmm.
it is spring around here, so it kind of
Yes, it
kind of
is.
comes with the territory. So
It
uh,
does.
I just wish it would cooperate where on the weekends where I can actually go out here and burn some wood and listen to some music and kind of relax. So
Uh huh. Yeah, that would be nice.
kind of missed that time. But anyway, like I said, I'll close us out here and then I'll kind of carry us out with the new Crownless King from Halo Scars.
Yep.
So, but hope you guys enjoy. Like I said, we're kind of lone wolves now, so we're kind of doing everything on our own. So
Mm-hmm.
we got Restream, we got StreamYard streaming too. So we're doing
Yep.
double streamings here. So that's kind of a new thing that we're trying to
That
do
is.
to get to more locations where we don't have
Yep.
to upload so often. I already have to upload to Spotify, of course, but
Mm-hmm.
other than that, I try to stay out of the uploading business because
Yeah.
it's a little time consuming. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
anyway,
So we're let's see. So now that, like I say, we're kind of lone wolf in it now. We're on YouTube. Of course, we've been on YouTube for a while. We got YouTube. We got Reese. We got YouTube. We've still got TikTok.
Mhm.
We've got Instagram. We've got what else we got? We've got Twitch now. We've got our own Twitch now.
Right,
We're
right.
not on we're not on we're not on the old VOP anymore. So we have our own Twitch. Um, we do have our show specific Twitter. Let's
Mhm.
see, what else do we have? And we do have merch on our Patreon now. The merch is up, so go check that out. And when next week we will be live streaming back on the Facebook group.
Yeah,
So
yeah, we'll get
we'll
that
make
worked
sure
out.
we'll get this show shared over in the group, and then next week we will be live streaming into the group. So speaking of which, we do have the Facebook group. Search for Metalheads Unite and look for the logo on Jason's shirt, because I can't put the damn logo up in the fucking Look for the logo on Jason's shirt there, and then that'll we'll
And
get you guys.
these shirts will be available to you over there.
That's
Uh,
right.
so
Yes, they will. So,
along with some guitar picks and stickers and
mm-hmm.
whatever else we can come up with in the meantime. So,
Yep. So yeah, merch is available. So,
all right. Well, with that being said, hopefully you guys stuck around with us for a little bit, so we appreciate it. Like I said, moving forward, we'll try to get stretched out a little bit more, stretch our legs a little more, because like I said, I got some radio stuff working on, so that'll be another feather in the cap there. So
mm-hmm.
you don't have to. I mean, we already have kind of a radio with Anchor because they're kind of with Spotify, so it kind of goes to both when I upload. So
Yeah.
just won't be live. So, but it is what it is. So, uh,
Mm-hmm.
we will make do with what we got, as they say. So, so anyway, glad you guys stopped by. Hopefully, we will see you back here next week. And working on a few bands right now to try to get on the show. I was kind of like with everything going on with the podcast convention and this happening, and
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of wanted to take a breath and get ourselves settled in first before we start bringing people in. So
Yeah. Let everything kind of level off.
yeah, a little bit. So all right. So we will close this bad boy out, and then we will see you back here next week. New date, new time, Fridays, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. So don't forget that. So
Yep.
if you're looking for us on Saturday mornings, we won't be there anymore. So.
No, we're gonna
Not for a
be.
while anyway. If something happens where we have to come back to Saturday mornings, that we'll let you guys know. But
Mm-hmm.
unless you beg us, if you beg us, we might go back. But
But please, But but please don't. We want some sleep. So
Yeah. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good week, and we'll see you back here next week. Until then, keep those horns held high. Jump in that pit anytime you can.
thanks,
Lead us
guys.
out.
Have a great week.
Lead us out. Halo.
You took everything, now you're walking away. This time I think I'm done. We're giving up. They thought the side of my mind made me feel like I should die. I'm so broken beyond comprehension. There seems to be no escape. My lips are so full of hate. I'm so tired of being forgotten. I'm waiting for you.
We won't play the whole thing. How much trouble I get in.
All right, guys. Have a good week. We appreciate y'all.